Thank you for joining us on the biggest story tonight. A few minutes ago, Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal's deputy, has resigned. And he's not the only minister to resign. Satyendar Jain, also arrested over corruption charges, has stepped down as a cabinet minister in the Kejriwal government. So for a party that was formed as a unit that would fight corruption, two of the topmost ministers after Kejriwal, his two deputies, Manish Sisodia and Satyendar Jain, have resigned, which is a big setback to not just the Delhi government and the Aam Aadmi Party, but to their entire movement. That's the biggest story tonight. Here are the headlines. Fallout of the arrest, two resignations in the Kejriwal government. Manish Sisodia and Satyendar Jain have quit the Kejriwal government. They've sent in their resignations, which have now been accepted. Sisodia has 18 portfolios, and that was one of the arguments made, that he's holding 18 portfolios. He should be released. Those portfolios will now be divided by Kejriwal, given to new ministers. BJP asks the Aam Aadmi Party, did Arvind Kejriwal really not know about the excise policy? In Bihar, Galwan martyr's father is abused and arrested. Yogi versus Mafia, the police hunt is on.
क्या आरोप लगाया बीजेपी के लोगों ने? 10,000 करोड़ की रिश्वत खाई मनीष सिसोदिया ने। 14 घंटे सीबीआई का छापा घर पर हुआ, गांव पर हुआ, दफ्तर में हुआ, बैंक का लॉकर चेक कर लिया। कहीं तो कोई कागजात, कोई सोना, कोई संपत्ति मिलती। लेकिन एक फर्जी, एक बेबुनियाद आरोप उस शिक्षा मंत्री के ऊपर लगाया गया जिन्होंने दिल्ली के 18 लाख बच्चों की अच्छी शिक्षा के लिए दिन रात मेहनत किया, एक बेहतरीन शिक्षा का मॉडल पूरी दुनिया और देश को दिया। आज पूरा देश इस बात को देख रहा है, करोड़ों लोग इस बात को देख रहे हैं कि कैसे एक सरकार को, कैसे आम आदमी पार्टी की बढ़ती हुई लोकप्रियता से, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की बढ़ती हुई लोकप्रियता से घबरा कर और परेशान होकर आज बीजेपी और मोदी सरकार उत्पीड़न की कार्रवाई कर रही है।
Access the resignation letter of Manish Sisodia. Manish Sisodia's resignation letter on your screen, and we've just accessed it. This was sent to Arvind Kejriwal. It was, let me go across to Alisha, in fact, who's joining us live. Alisha, take us to that letter. Alisha with the details of the letter. Alisha.
Well, yes, Niranjan, we have accessed the resignation letter of Manish Sisodia, and there are many points that has been pointed by Manish Sisodia. And importantly, if I read the last pointed, because what he has been clearly mentioned that it is a conspiracy by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and they have been sending all the leaders of Aam Aadmi Party to jail. But this is something not really going to help. So some of the important line, if I read it, मैं जानता हूँ कि साजिशकर्ता मुझे और आपको परेशान करने के लिए मुझे जेल में डाल रहे हैं, लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि उनकी इन साजिशों की सच्चाई की राजनीति की हमारी लड़ाई और मजबूत होगी। वहाँ हम और हमारे साथियों को जेल में बंद कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हमारे हौसले को आसमान की ऊंचाई को छूने से नहीं रोक सकते। मुझे लगता है कि मेरे जेल जाने से हमारे साथियों का और हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं का मनोबल और बढ़ेगा, और वो उनके अंदर देश के लिए कुछ करने का जज्बा और जोर मारेगा। सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है। अंत में मैं दिल्ली सरकार के उन तमाम अधिकारियों अधिकारियों और सभी कर्मचारियों का धन्यवाद करता चाहता हूँ जिन्होंने मेरे मंत्री पद पर रहते हुए विगत 8 वर्षों में मेरे साथ काम किया और जिनके सहयोग से मुझे दी गई जिम्मेदारियों को ठीक से निभा सका. So this is a resignation letter where Manish Sisodia clearly been mentioning that this is nothing but a plot by Bharatiya Janata Party, but this is not really going to help the opposition party in Delhi specifically, where they've been saying that whether the fact they've been sending all the leaders to jail, but this is not really going to help. Not this, but the leaders and the workers, the motivation is only going to be increased, but they are not going to demoralize with the leaders that is being put behind the bars, is what has been said by Manish Sisodia in a resignation letter which has been accessed by Republic TV, which has been submitted to the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and the resignation has already been accepted.
He's saying in this that the target is Kejriwal, the target is not me. In fact, in the second page, first paragraph, if you could just read that for our viewers, Alicia, he says it's not me who's the target. It appears the real target is Arvind Kejriwal.
Well, yes, there are many certain points has been raised by Manish Sisodia while the resignation that has been submitted to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. As we read some of the main points, and it has clearly been said at the Manish Sisodia that even if they put us behind the bar, our motivation is still going to remain the same. We have served the state and we will continue to do so. He has also thanked the authority who has helped him in all the letters and the decision that has been taken by the ministers. He has also has thanked the authorities. But yes, as I read some of the main points, and which has been clearly saying that this is nothing but a conspiracy. This is the three-page resignation letter that has been given by Manish Sisodia to the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and has been clearly saying that ये बहुत दुखद है कि 8 साल तक लगातार ईमानदारी और सत्यनिष्ठा के साथ काम करने के बावजूद मेरे ऊपर भ्रष्टाचार के आरोप लगाए जा रहे हैं. मैं जानता हूं, मेरा ईश्वर जानता है कि ये सारे आरोप झूठे हैं. ये आरोप प्रस्तुत अरविंद केजरीवाल की सच्चाई की राजनीति से घबराए हुए कायर और कमजोर लोगों की साजिश के ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. इसका निशाना मैं नहीं हूं, इनका निशाना आप है, क्योंकि आज दिल्ली ही नहीं, देश भर की जनता आपको एक ऐसे लीडर के रूप से देख रही है जिसके पास देश के लिए एक विजन है और इस विजन को अमल करने को लाते हुए लोगों की जिंदगी में बड़े बदलाव लाने की योग्यता भी है. देश भर की आर्थिक तंगी, गरीबी, बेरोजगारी, महंगाई और भ्रष्टाचार जैसे समस्याओं से जुड़ रहे करोड़ों लोगों की नज़र में आज अरविंद केजरीवाल एक उम्मीद का नाम बन चुका है. आपकी बातों को लोग अन्य नेताओं के जुमले के रूप में नहीं देखते, बल्कि इस भरोसे के साथ देखते हैं कि केजरीवाल जो कहते हैं वह कहकर दिखाते हैं. So this is what has been mentioned by Manish Sisodia, saying that the target is not Manish Sisodia or Satyendar Jain. The target is Arvind Kejriwal, because the vision that has been given by Arvind Kejriwal has been followed by other states as well, and that is what been mentioned by Manish Sisodia.
Abhishek also joining us. Let me go across to Abhishek. Abhishek, complete martyr act by Sisodia, of course, but the charges are serious. The letter apart, the charges are damning, and Shravan is also joining us with the details of of the investigation and what they're looking at closely. But will this cut any ice with the people of Delhi?
Niranjan, irrespective, we have to remember that the Aam Aadmi Party has won municipal election in December only. So it seems for the people of Delhi, at least till the latest developments. And remember, before the arrest, the Manish Sisodia story and his involvement in the liquor gate has been panning out since August. So the Aam Aadmi Party did, if you look at it, manage to win a municipal corporation election and dislodge the BJP, which had been in power for 15 years. So whether this cuts now with the people of Delhi remains to be seen, and it would be clear at the next election. What is important is that the Aam Aadmi Party, from the word go, has projected this fight as one of a political victimhood of vendetta by agencies egged on by the central government to corner or target the Aam Aadmi Party, because according to their argument, it is spreading its wings outside of Delhi. They have already come to power in Punjab. They have made considerable inroads in terms of vote share in Gujarat at the expense of the Congress. And in that sense, they present a credible threat in the opposition space, or from the opposition space for the BJP. And that's why they are sort of being pinned down with these investigations. So to push that narrative, obviously, the language of the resignation letter, all the content clearly is aimed at pushing in that narrative only, and slipping in that line that Arvind Kejriwal is the target, obviously, because he's the supreme leader of the party and he decides all strategy. But I think the more practical reason, Niranjan, as it comes out, is that Manish Sisodia, all said and done, was an important person in the Aam Aadmi Party scheme of things, both in the party and the government. In fact, holding 18 departments, 6 of them from Satyendar Jain, who has been in prison for the last 8 months. So obviously, given the fact that just in a week's time they have to present a budget, they needed somebody who can handle the finance portfolio. And that's why in a double quick time, the resignation has been taken. And if you are taking resignation of Manish Sisodia, obviously what happens to the Satyendar Jain portfolios, and hence his resignation also taken. And now the Aam Aadmi Party again pushing even further the victimhood narrative with these resignation letters and the content that's there in those letters.
Yes. In fact, we have a 5-part breaking. Abhishek, stay with me. Let's get the exclusive breaking news update from Shravan. And part 1 of the breaking, of course, Shravan was telling us that there is a file that's gone missing, and there is a search for that file. And that is a legal opinion that was given by legal luminaries, and that file is missing. Shravan, according to you, the file is missing. Let me see if he's live with us right now. I'll also go across to Piyush. But another part of the breaking news update that we're getting in right now is that there is a proof of transaction. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying all along that there is no proof of any money that was exchanged. There is no evidence that was found. But according to the details that we're picking up, it appears that there is some transaction that has been traced. And according to the details we're picking up, the transaction is about 30 crore. We understand 30 crore was given to Vijay Nair, who we understand is the communication strategist. But that's what the CBI is claiming. CBI sources are claiming. Let me go across to Shravan is not there. Let me get in Piyush as well. At this stage, Piyush, a quick word on this breaking news update, and then we'll get in some reactions that are coming in. Political reactions next. Piyush, first up.
Well, Niranjan, if we talk about Vijay Nair, remember that he has been termed as the main conspirator. There are allegations on Vijay Nair that he, along with Samir Mahindra, in fact, they were the one who were the main part of that particular group which formulated the Delhi's excise policy. In fact, they also gave suggestions about as to how to tweak the policy so that the kickbacks can be received and money can be routed through different routes to the Aam Aadmi Party leaders, which can further be used for campaigning in Goa elections. So there were allegations on Vijay Nair that he received 20 to 30 crore to do that. In fact, what we also got to know as to how his name was mentioned in the ED's charge sheet, that he was the one who also arranged a video call in which Samir Mahindra could also be seen. And in that particular video call, Arvind Kejriwal was seen calling Vijay Nair as his boy. So reference was very much clear, and the directions had come from the top leadership of Aam Aadmi Party to go with this new excise policy, which is now scrapped, and that was formulated under the nose of Manish Sisodia. We'll have to see how the investigation of CBI further proceeds, but there is a role of a South lobby which has also surfaced, and there are allegations that South lobby is the one which tweaked the policy which later on benefited the South lobby, and also it helped in receiving money which was later on used for the campaigning in not only Gujarat but also in Goa. Now CBI is looking into the role of South lobby and also the kind of evidences which they have gathered so far. In fact, the statement of Manish Sisodia would also be recorded. He will be confronted with the kind of evidences, though those have so far been collected by Central Bureau of Investigation during its course of investigation in the last few months. Multiple arrests have been made. ED is also doing its investigation. We'll have have to see how Manish Sisodia is now going to respond. But today is a day which can be clearly seen as a big setback, not only to Manish Sisodia but also to Satyendar Jain, that the resignation.
I'm getting into one more breaking news update, Piyush. Piyush, one more breaking news update that we're getting in right now, that 30 crore has been traced. Sources saying that CBI has proof of transactions, 30 crore has been traced. Is this problematic, and how problematic is this? Shravan, what do we know about the 30 crore? Shravan is joining me live. I'll go across to him. I can see Shravan. But first up, let's also play out some responses coming in. Shravan, can you hear me? Shravan, if you can hear me, tell us more about what the CBI is saying. Shravan. All right, just before I go across to him, some political reactions that came in. Here's what the BJP said. We'll play out what the BJP said and what the Aam Aadmi Party said as a counter to that.
देखिए, दिल्ली के 2 करोड़ लोगों का प्यार और आशीर्वाद पाकर दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी दिल्ली के लोगों की सेवा कर रहे हैं। उनका काम किसी प्रकार से रुकना नहीं चाहिए, बाधित नहीं होना चाहिए। इस कारण से दोनों मंत्रियों का, आदरणीय मनीष सिसोदिया जी का और सत्येंद्र जैन जी का इस्तीफा लिया गया है। उसको मुख्यमंत्री जी ने स्वीकार कर लिया है। लेकिन जहां तक इन दोनों मंत्रियों के ऊपर लगे हुए आरोप का सवाल है, ये आरोप पूरी तरीके से बेबुनियाद है, फर्जी है और कोई सत्यता इसमें नहीं है। ये बात मैं फिर से दोहराना चाहता हूं।
Shravan is joining us with those inputs of the investigation. Shravan, a 5-part investigation getting in details of iPhones that were destroyed, money trail that has been traced, and also the missing file.
Well, in fact, let me first begin with what's the next target of the Central Bureau of Investigation. That is to locate a missing file. What is this file all about? After the first draft recommendation, which had indicated that it did not go down well, which essentially read that privatization leads to cartelization, that first draft was rejected. The second draft that was put up before the cabinet by the then excise commissioner actually had recommendations, rather legal opinions of luminaries like the former Chief Justice of India as well as the former Attorney General of India. And that file has now gone completely missing. That is the reason why the CBI is now focusing on finding where exactly is this particular file. The second is with regards to advance payment of 100 crore rupees, of which 70 crore rupees that money trailed that they are still looking at. 30 crore rupees we are now given to understand went through Vijay Nair and Dinesh Arora. Finally, this money was essentially used for the political campaigning in the state of Goa, and this money was routed through Hawala transactions.
Yes.
The third important point is that when exactly were the iPhones destroyed? The iPhones were essentially destroyed at the very time when the Chief Secretary had submitted this report to the Chief Minister as well as the Lieutenant Governor.
Have to take a short break. Shravan, stay with me. I'll take a short break and we'll come back. We're tracking the story very closely. Shravan has more details. In fact, that's just part 1 and 2 of the breaking. We have 3 more parts to the breaking. Abhishek, stay with me. Piyush, stay with me. Taking a short break. Back on the biggest story tonight.